got yung whole mic is like 1,300. So it was worth it kasi like it has like very very high quality. I consider it as very high quality. That's
So
good.
cute.
So yeah.
You
Uh,
clip it here ba?
I mean, you can
Ganyan?
clip it, yeah.
Or hold it na lang?
Ikaw, like, if it's much more better sa'yo, like, you wanna hold it.
Sige.
Yeah, don't mind the camera.
Hi!
Okay.
Tingin mo tayo sa camera or like...
Normal conversation lang siya.
I see.
Yeah, so, yeah.
What a great of it. Oh,
Yeah, no.
sorry.
Ayan na siya. So, should I, introduction? Alright, I'll do a quick introduction lang. This is awkward, but I like I'll do a quick introduction. Hello, this is my podcast, and right here I have my guest, the very lovely lady, Kai Fajardo. Hi. Okay, so we are going to be talking about more on the religion aspect of our lives, basically. Kasi, like, you discussed then you were what do you believe in nga ulit?
I am a pantheist and I believe in pantheism,
Mm.
which is basically about the belief na lahat to, like, oh my gosh, should I speak Tagalog?
Yeah, sure.
Like everything around us, all of us basically is part of God or the divine, like the supreme entity, like above us.
Okay. Like, kasi like when we were talking about like pantheism and you believing in it, like I never really actually did like know what pantheism is. It was like the very first time I heard about pantheism. So, to someone who like, for example, like I'm just like the first person who ever known about pantheism. How do you explain it in the simplest way?
Well, that's a very tricky question. Pero the way I go about it is like giving our body as an example, and we are like the body is basically God, and we as humans are basically like, and the planets and the stars and everything in between in the universe are like basically parts of the body. So we can be red blood cells, and our planets are like kidneys and
Okay.
lungs, and they're separate beings, pero they're all part of one being. Ganun. And they work together to give life to that one being or that body, which is God.
Okay, so kasi like based on how I research, like the one of the exact definition of what like the pantheism ideology is that the universe is God, right? And so anything that is the universe, it's not that God isn't like an entity. He's not like a person, or he's not like a with mind and thoughts. It's just that everything that is surrounded in the universe is God, basically. So, which is kind of like this is something that made me interested, though. No, when you said that you were pantheism, is that like how? All right, hello. Okay, continuing to sa conversation natin kasi we got cut off. Like, there's something wrong with the technical difficulties. Yeah. Okay, so my last question was kasi like the way you believe is like yung the universe is God, and that's basically what God is. And how do you kind of like how did you came to the idea na parang, oh, this is something that is I actually believe na parang how did you kind of like came up to na ano, because like when you believe something, diba, like there has to be something na which some people like to call proof. Yeah. So what was the thing na parang would you say na it became a proof that, oh, this is something that is connected to pantheism, so I'm believing in pantheism?
Okay, that's a good question. It's just, wow, it's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one day lang, I mean, not one day, pero whenever I meditate, I feel a very strong connection with everything around me. Like, before I was a Buddhist, I was a Buddhist.
Oh.
And, yeah, with Buddhism, you basically try to connect with everything around you and try to achieve enlightenment, which is a long, long road ahead of
Yeah.
me. And whenever I speak to the universe, I feel as though it listens to me, pero not in a way na a person would listen to you na if I tell you to go fetch me water, you're gonna fetch me water directly. Like, that's not how the universe works. How the universe works is when I ask for it, like if I ask it, parang humingi ako, nag-request ako basically. Like, it parang in like a machine, ganon, like all parts of it would work together to give me that something. Like, it would not give me that something directly. Instead, it will work as like a machine to give that. So an example was that um I ano ba, like dati I wished for I wished for a good PC, ganon.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay.
and I was like, we were very poor back then, so it was basically impossible to get a good PC.
Yeah.
So what the universe did for me is give someone a very good job that I got very jealous of. Like, wow, he's got a good job at like such a young age. I must do that too. So I did what he did, and got that job. And through that job, I got enough money to buy a good PC.
Oh, also it's kind of like everything has like a connection to each other,
Yeah, like-
and how you get things or how you like everything is kind of like in yung katulad sa sinabi mo, like in a system.
Yeah,
Na it's kind of like like a domino effect. Now how just one little push can create something much more bigger. So it's kind of like that na parang in how the universe works or how life works is that there has to be something that has to happen, and then after that it just connects each other until you get the thing that
Yeah,
you want.
exactly,
right?
exactly. That's
Okay.
like how the body works, diba?
Mm.
Like if we're hot or something,
Mm.
now we're going to sweat.
Yeah.
That was, pero ano ba, like how do I explain sweating?
Oh, wait, kasi like basically like sweat is something na parang only us humans can do, right? Like no animals can do sweating.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like our mechanism in ourselves na if we get tired, we sweat so that we can still have energy.
Yeah, exactly.
basically.
Like a certain body part needs it, so the other body parts work
Yeah,
to like sustain that need.
connect each other.
Yeah,
Okay. So wait, kasi you mentioned that you were Buddhist before.
Yeah.
How was that? How did that came to happen?
Oh, I mean, it was actually very. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's like valid or stupid or something. Pero yeah, my parents were Christian,
Yeah.
and I really do not believe in what they believe
Okay.
in. But I do believe in the divine.
Mm.
Like, I do believe there's a supreme being out there, and I just like scrolled through Tumblr, which is basically like where all my beliefs stem from. And there's just like a whole parang I found like a whole blog about Buddhism, and parang doon na nagsimula na parang mas nag-align yung beliefs ko talaga doon with that blog.
Mm.
And syempre hindi ko lang naman talaga binased all my
On just a
beliefs
Tumblr blog?
just a Tumblr blog, right? Like, I researched
Okay,
more kasi
yeah.
it just sparked my interest about Buddhism. And ayun, from there it stemmed into practicing.
Okay,
Imagine.
okay. How many years were you practicing Buddhism?
About like since grade 12, I would say. So
Up to
3 years.
Three years.
I don't know. I think I became a pantheist like just second year, so 2 years. Ganun.
Is Buddhism like slightly connected to pantheism, the way they believe it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's essentially the same. Like, they believe in the same na. Buddhism believes na you should connect with the universe around you. Ganon. And pantheism believes na you are the universe itself. So you're interconnected.
okay. So
Yeah.
wait, you said that I'm going back to the fact that it was a Tumblr post that started your journey into being a Buddhist. Like, what was that Tumblr post though?
Oh
Do you
my God,
remember?
I wish I could remember. I mean, it was something like, it was very, ano kasi din, like mind-blowing, na if you stand in a mirror, like, a hall of mirrors, ganun.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot word it perfectly as that
Okay.
as that
Yeah.
post worded it. Pero as you stand in a hall of mirrors, you watch yourself. You watch yourself
Mm.
like yung sa in front of you. Pero who is watching you from behind?
Whoa. wait. Oh. Isn't. Wait, run that back again.
So imagine that you're standing in a hall of mirrors.
Okay.
Like, there's a mirror in front of you and there's a mirror in the back
Yeah.
of you. And you watch yourself
Mm.
in the mirror in front of you, but who is watching you
From
behind?
behind.
There is something because you're
Yeah.
watching yourself. Eh.
It's your reflection.
Yeah, but you're watching you.
Yeah.
Your back.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
Oh, that's weird.
I mean, it kind of is parang
Mind-boggling, yeah.
mind-boggling. Pero yeah, it leads to the idea
Mm.
na yun nga na you are not you parang
Yeah.
you do not belong to yourself, you belong to the universe, if that
Ah.
makes sense.
It kind of makes sense, I guess. Kind of
Yeah.
makes sense, I guess.
I mean, I guess it's just then it just stems from the opposition ko rin. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone. I think everyone has the right to their own
Yeah.
beliefs.
Yeah.
Pero I think na the current religion that is dominant today is very selfish,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's so self-centered na to think na a God exists just for us humans when the universe is so vast
Yeah.
and so massive, and there are like probably billions of creatures out there, and to believe that there is only a God to guide us.
Just
and
one God, yeah.
just one God.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree upon that part. That's why actually, when we talked about this, is I answered with I would say that I'm semi-agnostic, right? Because
Yeah.
you said you were agnostic, and I would say nah, I was like, I guess like half agnostic, and that's for kind of like that reason to the fact that there are still things in about Christianity. I'm just gonna put it out there in
Yeah.
Christianity that is kind of like something that there are certain topics or certain points that hasn't really been explained that much to me.
Yeah.
And most of the time that I ask people, because like I would go to churches and I would go to other churches, not just mine. I would go to other churches and then I would ask them the same question, like about those kind of questions. Like for example, like the basic questions like if a baby dies, does it go to hell or heaven? It does. Like it didn't do anything, but at the same time it didn't repent itself because it's a baby. So does it go to the heaven? Because like if you said na like in the most famous Christian quote, which is John 3:16, the for God to love the world, He gave His only Son, who believes in Him shall not perish and have eternal life. So in that verse, it is said na it is through Jesus how you become saved, right? So since a baby can't actually say that I want to be saved, and because it's a baby, does it go to heaven or hell? So that's kind of one of
Yeah.
so that's kind of like one of the many questions that I have when it comes to Christianity. So that's why I would say na parang I don't understand it fully that much to say that my faith is secure. So that's why I was like still balancing on it. But like most of the time when I ask those kinds of questions to the people, always the answer that I hear from them is always one thing: we can never know. We can never know because they always say na parang God's knowledge is too vast for the human so that we cannot comprehend it.
Yeah.
That's why we have to. That's why we can never understand it. That's always the thing that they answer to me. So that's why that kind of is the reason why I'm still not. There was one code. Do you know Da Vinci Code?
No, not
Da Vinci
really.
Code. So Da Vinci Code is basically a story about a very. It's a movie about Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Tom Hanks. So Tom Hanks yung actor doon. So basically it's kind of like a scavenger hunt thing or treasure hunt thing that he has to solve a bunch of codes in order to know who's the killer, basically that. And there was a line there where he said na parang he said something in the lines na faith is a gift that I can never have because I am cursed by knowledge. Because so in a way na parang he was saying na because of his thirst for knowledge, because of the thirst of understanding the world, he can never have faith, because faith is believing without knowledge. Faith is
Yeah, that's good
believing
point.
without like
Yeah.
action. That's how faith works. It can never be something na parang, oh, I want to figure out. That's why I'm in the middle, kasi like I understand the people in Christianity, and I understand the people outside Christianity, which believes for example, atheism. I understand why they believe, because they focus more on the logic. They focus more on observation. So what they see is what they get, basically. So if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. But like when it comes to Christianity or any other religion, actually, in any other religion, it's always emotions. It's how they feel, in which I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I just got in like very quickly. Na it doesn't stem from emotions, like particularly. I think it comes from your spirituality, which is
Oh, yeah.
an entirely different thing. So yeah, continue.
Oh yeah. Wait, what is the difference between spirituality and emotion, though?
Um, I cannot fully like explain it in words.
Hmm.
Because emotions, it's what you feel. It's happiness, it's pain, it's sadness, it's anger. And spirituality is just the things that you experience out of your body, if that makes sense. I don't know if you've ever experienced it, pero when you meditate or pray, do you ever feel na you're out there sitting like
In the
in the
universe.
universe? Yeah.
I would say yeah. Like if I'm like super stressed, if I'm super stressed out and I need just like a time to calm myself, and I was like, everything around me doesn't exist. Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
that's exactly what I think spirituality is. And I think like so many people experience that like sensation of spirituality and don't know how to quite describe it, so they resort to like
Emotions is emotion.
yeah, they resort to religions, to Christianity,
Okay.
to like fully grasp what that concept is.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh yeah, kasi like, the reason why I said na parang it is emotions, kasi like, I guess like based on the people that I've heard of, like people in our church would oftentimes give out testimonies, like how they met God, met Jesus Christ,
Oh.
kind of like that. So most of the time, it's always because of their heightened emotions. That's why they experience it, and that's why I understand. Like for example, like most of the I understand why most of the people na ano na go into Christianity or is like love Christianity, and the reason why is because they didn't feel the love that they felt outside the world, so they only felt it inside the church. That's why I would have said I said na it's more of emotions, kasi like I know most of the people na go to churches are people who are neglected by their families, neglected by people outside, and once they go inside the church and people started like comforting them and talking to them, actually loving them.
They felt a sense of belongingness.
Exactly,
Yeah.
they feel the sense that, oh, I'm not alone. I'm still there's a group of people that actually um like care for me. So bali parang ganun. So in that way na parang I understand why some people can't get away from Christianity like that easily, because it's something na I experienced,
That's really,
diba? Something that it's something that I experienced, na it's something that parang I didn't feel. So I don't want to leave this place because I feel good in this place. That's how they think. So bali parang ganun.
Oh, that's really interesting. Kasi, like this reminded me of my friend
Hmm.
who is doing her thesis right now, and about like fraternities and orgs, and how like parang alam mo yun, like kumukuha sila ng mga tao na that feels that exact same way, that they feel neglected, ganun. And I just feel like there's maybe a similarity between that, how organizations, not just religions ones, but like organizations in general, like praise on the people who want to feel, who want to like want to
belong.
belong somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's how they kind of like most of the people are hooked into Christian ano. Kasi like
Okay.
and then that's where kind of like the ministries come from. And in the ministries, kasi like the ministries are the ones like for example like worship ministry, like where you can play drums, you can play guitar, you can
Okay,
sing.
yeah.
See ano your friend Shen
Jason, yeah.
Jessen, like, diba, like, you went to her, like, concerts at school, sa school,
Sa
sa church,
yes.
sorry, sa church, and then she, like, sings, so that's kind of, like, the ministry there. Yeah, so, yun yun, no?
Okay.
So, parang, wait, you said na your family was actually Christian before? Like,
Yeah,
Christian?
they are and Roman Catholics.
Roman Catholics. Okay, Roman Catholics. So ever since you were a kid, na tapos and then you learned about what actually this is something that I'm curious about. What made you stop liking the whole Christianity thing?
Oh, it's a very complex thing.
Okay, sure.
I honestly don't know where to start. Kasi I mean, for starters, I think they're very superficial, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I get it. I very much get it.
I mean, I don't want to like offend anyone, ha? Pero, pero
It's okay.
kasi
This is
like
safe space.
when I went kasi to Jason's concert the other day, for example, and there was like a pastor preaching
Yeah.
and stuff. And there was just no wisdom in his speech,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Like he was just telling stories like with false hope. He was like telling a particular story of a boy who was sick and Jesus was 12 miles away, and he was like, and you know what? The next day Jesus was right there next to him. Like, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Like, and it's just
It's Jesus.
yeah, like what
Of course you can do that.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
So and like they like meron din siyang mga sinasabi na
Yeah.
if you're depressed, just go to Jesus. Oh wow, my depression's
Oh,
gone. Thank you
yeah,
so
yeah,
much. And there's also this thing where it's like, I mean, if your kid has cancer, just go to Jesus. And I'm like, wow, can you tell that to all like the million cancer patients in the world currently? Like it's just so superficial.
Yeah, yeah.
And and I just don't think
Yeah.
that it's the proper way to like
Address it.
to address
Yeah,
the
yeah.
divine. Like I mean I thoroughly honor and love the supreme being. I think they're neat.
They're-
And
they're cool.
yeah, they're cool, yeah. And they're like, we're besties, you know? And I just think it's
Yeah.
so weird na people would literally chant Hail Mary 50 times
Yeah.
to like talk to the divine when it's not really connecting the two of them.
Yeah.
Like you're not connected to the divine if you're gonna pray like 10 Our Fathers, 50 Hail
True,
Mary.
true.
You have to like personally connect with the divine and like just talk to them. And I just see the divine as like a friend, you know. Like as a friend, would you like ano, you know, like worship them like the
Yeah.
extreme?
Okay.
Ganun. And I just don't like how na they use the Bible to like force their personal beliefs into someone else. Ganon. Like there's recently the issue about Israel and Palestine that made me
Oh, yeah.
really lose my respect talaga in the church kasi like a bunch of my Christian friends were sharing posts in Facebook
Supporting
saying
Israel.
supporting Israel. Not only that, but saying that Palestinians deserved it. Like,
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah.
oh my god, really? Are you like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? Like, those are humans as well,
Yeah.
and just because it's like it's stated in very old book years ago, now you're going to support like genocide,
Yeah.
this genocide of like millions of people, and that just really made me I lose my respect to the church. And
Yeah.
not only that, but there's like several instances then like back then, and I mean about reproductive rights and gay people, you know,
Oh, yeah.
that you know
Yeah,
that
exactly.
sort of thing.
Yeah, those are the things na those are actually the things that still is baffling me, and still things na para pero some of them are answered, like when it comes to, which is weird kasi like I went to okay, I didn't went, I was forced. I was
okay.
forced to go into like a discipleship camp. Basically it's a church for but I like that. I like the people. I like talking to them, like if they're very charismatic to talk just like this, so it's kind of like just like no, like talking to them like normally. But there was like a session there where we talked about the whole LGBTQ thing, and how,
Okay.
and basically it was weird because they treat they how they talk about the LGBTQ people. They're kind of like out of this world people. na
Oh
parang,
yeah, that's like
na
we
parang
don't
like,
see them as humans.
yeah, that's the thing that they talked about it, na parang it's just like the way they phrase the words, because they still have a little bit of division when it comes to talking to them, but like in a way they still say na parang we shouldn't shun them. Like that's something that they kind of like thought us na don't shun the people LGBTQ. It's not something that Jesus would do, basically, because like Jesus is all love, all love and all
He's the
care.
only cool character in the Bible.
Exactly, Jesus is cool. Yeah. So yeah, so that was the thing na parang they were saying na don't shun them, don't push them away, actually just talk to them like normal people. That's what so I was like surprised. Okay, so they don't really think really homophobically na parang ayun, you should stay away from them, but it's the thing na parang there's still a part of them na they say na being part of the LGBTQ is a sin. That's still a sin for them na ano. And then the thing is, like, here's the thing. When I ask, because like there was a portion there where you can ask them, like you're just gonna write it on a paper, put it in a box, and then they're gonna answer it. Like you pick one and answer it. Ang na pick no speaker is mine. It's my question. So my question was, can you be a Christian and be part of the LGBTQ at the same time? So the immediate answer that he gave was no, you can't. So because like it's something na parang connected na daw siya when it comes to Christianity. If you're a Christian, you can't be part of the LGBTQ. And if you're an LGBTQ, you can't be part of the Christian. Although they are not shunning them away from Christianity, na, you can join us, you can be with us. But if you want to stay with us, you have to remove that part of yourself.
Oh.
That's basically. It's really how they explain it. So I was like, okay. Okay. I was a bit, still confused. And then I started asking like because we have like group leaders.
Christians demand everyone to stay in like that binary.
Yeah. Pero, wait, where were...
Ay, sige,
Nag-cut off
sige.
ulit. Nag-cut
Sorry.
off tayo sa,
Ano
sa
yung sabi
discussion.
mo? Tinanong mo si pastor ba? Like,
Oh yeah. I was asking them question. Oh, I was actually asking like yung group leader namin, which is kind of like the adult one, na we can ask questions to after the whole thing. So I asked them like the question like how do you say, kasi it's something na hanggang ngayon like it has never been answered, na how has being homosexual has been like a sin. Like how is it like, because it's easy to pinpoint a sin when it comes to murder,
yeah.
because you're killing someone, you're stealing someone's life, diba?
Yeah.
It's sin. It's easy to do it on stealing. It's not yours. You take it, but it's not yours. So on the other parts, I do understand. I'm all on board. Like, I understand you.
yeah.
But how is like when it comes to like homosexuality? How is it? Because like I always think of like just not just homosexuality, like any LGBT, like in the LGBT, like the only thing that they're doing is like just actually
Yeah,
loving.
they're loving.
Yeah, they're just loving each other.
There's no sin.
Yeah, so how is it like isn't the thing about what you're preaching is like loving each other, and then when people love each other you hate it? Like that's something that parang it confused me, like how is it a sin?
Exactly, yeah.
So the only answer that they gave me was it's in the Bible, basically. It's in the Bible, basically, because there is a part in the Bible where it says that anyone who is like in the involvement of homosexuality is someone
Like what passage was that?
I can't remember, but alam ko it's in the New Testament. It was Apostle Paul. It was Apostle Paul who said that, and it was in the context of he was stating something na parang because basically Apostle Paul is preaching to sending letters to churches and basically.
Oh, okay.
So in this context, I believe, based on my memory, it was a discussion about what are kind of like the things that you shouldn't do as a church and stuff like that. And it was one of the things that parang he pointed out is like, those who commit murder, those who blah blah blah, and then immediately those who perform homosexuality.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
really something that parang like very very clear. But the thing is like I still have no idea how
Yeah,
that
he
is.
didn't explain it, which I mean I'm just going to segue like
Sure.
very
Sure,
quick. Like that's something that I really find contradicting then in the Bible. Like the Bible is just a compilation of like letters from people from like a span of history. Like if that makes sense. Am I correct?
I guess I would. I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like those letters, like they come from different eras, right?
Yeah.
With different beliefs. Like I read a post somewhere na the Bible forbids tattoos because back then tattoos weren't safe and
Oh,
like
yeah.
they were just looking out for you. Like if you're gonna put tattoos, maybe you're gonna poison yourself.
Yeah.
But now we have really safe tattoos, you know,
Yeah.
so we can perform it like safely.
Yeah, safely.
Yeah, and ganun. And in the Bible, it forbids tattoos because you can actually like poison yourself by doing that. It just makes you, it just wants the best for you. And I think the best reasoning why they ban homosexuality is because of AIDS. Ganon.
Really?
I mean that's just like if we're going through that logic na they ban things because it wants to protect you, like tattooing and stuff.
Oh.
Like maybe it bans homosexuality because putting up your butt is it's gonna give you AIDS. If that makes sense. so yeah, it just wants to protect you from getting
Yeah.
AIDS.
Mhm,
And
okay.
and now we can't apply it now because we have condoms and we
Yeah.
can basically protect ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean like the beliefs in the Bible are that way because of the era that they have and and the materials that they have that time, and we have different sets of materials and stuff right now. Like it's an entirely different economy and society.
I actually that's a good point. Actually, that's a good point. Na parang like it could be something that people use in order to like since it is spread upon na parang it is something that you shouldn't do. So they use um, religion in order to
Yeah.
go into like people's minds so that they won't do it.
Mm.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
It's just a quick segue.
Yeah.
What were you saying pala kanina?
No, yun nga, yung when it comes to like, those are the things, those are one of the many things na it still confuses me about when it comes to Christianity. And it's always that kind of answer. And like, most of the time, I always leave unsatisfied with the answers that they give. That's why I can't say, because like I told you, like I'm semi, so there's still part of me that wants to believe. There's still part of me
Do
that
you
wants to
believe in the divine? Like, do you have a personal connection with the divine?
with the like yeah like with
With
God
God,
being divine.
yeah.
Ano. Yeah, the thing is like I'm so far deep to not believe. So that's parang na parang there's still a part of me that wants to believe just for the sole reason of because it's fun. It's fun to believe that there's a like an entity out there who created the world in just one snap of a finger. And parang I don't know, maybe it's the part of me na parang I like thinking like very very imaginative way.
Oh, yeah.
Na parang
Since you play D&D, no?
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so it's kind of like why can't that be the reason why I want to believe that there's like a divine entity that controls or that made everything in just like with its powers that I cannot understand. It's fun to think that
Yeah,
way.
I mean, you believe, but do you have a personal connection with
Oh,
Like, are you besties with them? Like, because personally, I'm besties with them.
I guess I guess I would say that because like in a more sense that it's kind of like the same how you described about how you believe pantheism, like it all has a connection. I think I see that in a way then the parang that's like everything that I have in my life isn't something that parang na parang I expected it to happen. Most of the things that happens in my life are unexpected, and that's why I believe in. I don't want to say it's kind of like destiny or fate. It's kind of like too it's kind of like no offense, but it's kind of like too cheesy to say na parang I believe in destiny, I believe in fate. It's more of a I believe in the idea of great things. The great things that happens in your life will always come unexpectedly because
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
something that
Oh
you
my god.
want. It's something that you need, and you never knew you needed it. Na parang ganun. Like for example, I always believe this when it comes to my best friend. His name is Elijah. Now I was supposed to not go to kasi I met him in like in our school sa UE, University of the
Yung
East,
Caloocan?
Manila.
Oh, I went to yung Caloocan.
Oh, you went to UE Caloocan. Okay, we're gonna return to
Okay,
that.
okay. Sige, go.
We're gonna return to that later. But like UE Manila ka, doon ako senior high school. So that's where I met like my best friend, and I wasn't supposed to go UE Manila. I was supposed to actually go to Arellano University in Pasig. So but like in some way na my sister went there kasi so sabi ko, okay fine, I'll go there. And I didn't want the strand that I get, which is Humes. I was Humes before. So I didn't want that. Sabi ko like ano, pero like my dad said na kasi nung the way like the test works, so you're gonna do a test, and then after you finish the test it's gonna show you what strand you can go to. I actually want to go tech voc, like visual arts talaga.
Oh, okay.
Pero like my dad said, kaya mo pala mag-Humes ka na lang. So I was like, fine, I can do anything about it. So I go like, so I had to go to Humes. So I didn't want to go to Humes. I didn't want to go to UE. And then there was a chance that I could have not gone to the men's bathroom. But once I went to the men's bathroom, and then that's where I saw my best friend. I didn't know him before that, because and then the moment I went to the men's bathroom, that's when I kind of started conversation with him, which is weird. Which is weird because it's in the bathroom. So I asked him like, "Oh, you're the one who plays bass, right?" Because like there was like a introduction thing that he said that he plays bass, and that's where I asked him. And then after that, the rest was history. So it, I could have not gone to UE. I could have not gone to Humes. I could have not gone to that bathrooms. But those things connected like a domino effect. Like you said, like you said, now all of the things connect until it happens. But like I believe that it's something that you never actually expected to happen. It's always unexpected.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, oh my god, this is a very, very far topic.
Sure,
pero,
continue.
pero it's just one of the things why I'm a huge fan of Superman. Ang layo.
Okay.
Ang layo
Interesting.
kasi, pero the whole essence of Superman basically is that against all odds, like his very famous quote, against all odds, I believe that
I thought
everything
it's-
will turn out all right in the end.
I thought it was up and away.
Oh, I mean, that's like the mass. Pero,
Uh,
pero yeah, I mean, like in his very, very like awesome comics
Yeah.
talaga na I really love, which particularly is Superman Up in the Sky, which the story was about Superman like again like saving a girl far away in the universe, and he has so many responsibilities, but he still chose to save that girl. And basically the whole message of the story was that like everything may go to shit right now, but believe na everything will turn out all right in the end, which was just reminded
that's
like
cool.
that just reminded me when you told your story, which is
Yeah.
very sweet. Because like when I study for exams na I get really anxious na, oh my god, babagsak ako.
Yeah.
Pero everything always works out no matter what happens. So yeah, I think the universe is sweet that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the way na parang I could see, that's a connection I have when it comes to ano naman, the divine entity, like in much more simple terms, on God.
Yeah.
Na parang like, God has like this power to connect things. Kasi like
Yeah.
it is known na he is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. So he can do all things, do anything, and all know things. Basically that's so. If there is a God that there is this powerful to control everything in my life or to do something in my life, then that's probably what this thing is, like the unexpected greatness. Like for example, I'll give you another example. um, in CIT, like I asked my dad to drop out 2 times. Like I wanted to drop out immediately.
No
Like from
way.
yeah,
Why?
I wanted to like drop out because like I was in the verge of like very anxious about what my it's kind of like identity crisis.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bit of identity crisis na parang, I didn't know what I'm doing here. Like I'm not having fun. I'm not actually liking anything in the subject, even though it's film related. It's not fun for me. So I was like, maybe I'm just wasting my time. I'm just wasting your money here. Parang ganun. Now I could have just gone to work and just like at least I can earn money and give back to my family and stuff like that. So I said like, why not just drop out? Yeah. But my dad said, just take at least 1 year. He said. So I said, okay, fine, I'll take 1 year. So I finished the freshman year. After I finished the freshman year, in the very first semester of second year, I was like, I want to drop out again. So and then my dad like kind of like immediately shut me down. No, you're not dropping out. You're staying here. You're finishing. It was a whole argument and everything, but it didn't. And then in third year kind of like happened. And at this point, I'm still trying. I was at the first semester of. Well, this is the first semester of third year. Yeah, I was on the verge of like trying to fix myself at the point that I want to be happy. I want to actually feel happiness, and then that's where I met my friends sa post prod, which we were filming kanina, and then that's where I met you. And it was so
That's
fun,
awesome,
and so
yeah.
like I could have left CIT so many times, but like because I didn't leave CIT, I get to meet friends, I get to meet you, and
The
it's
universe
fun.
is pushing you
Exactly.
that way.
Exactly, and it's fun. And it's kind of like made me
Yeah.
happy about it in a way that I didn't really expect to meet anyone. Actually, the thing is, like, I didn't really expect to meet you.
Ah, same. You know, like, I mean, I have a similar story. Pero kasi nung first meeting kay ma'am, kay Ma'am Retorica kasi, di ba, she was really strict. And she was just like the type of, focus but, I mean, pero yeah, I was like,
I'll cut that out.
yeah, like, so you just cut it out. Like, pero yeah, she was like the type of professor that I didn't really like, that likes to power trip. Like, I mean, she felt that way, pero it turns out she wasn't. And Justin and Aurora, like, we're thinking now, uy, tara mag-drop na nga tayo, next sem na lang tayo
Yeah.
mag-retorica. And I'm really grateful na tinamad ako mag-file ng dropout application because then I met you, which is
Yeah.
like, you're literally like one of the nicest like person to talk to, like ever. Seriously.
Same to you, actually.
Thank you.
Which is kind of like, the thing is like, yeah, it was something that I never really did expect. Na ano, kasi like, when we actually got to talk, like we talked in like the group, but that's only for like school. But like when you actually saw me, I was
Oh yeah,
I was,
that was
I was
like
very TFT.
that
I
was
was
like
very TFT, yeah.
yeah, there's like a play, like parang pinaglalaroan din tayo siguro ng Fate. Kasi I was like nung class ko before that, parang sabi ko, nakaka-orat naman tong klase na to and stuff. And dapat talaga uuwi na ako noon. Pero we had that poster assignment na pinagawa sa atin sa Rhetorica. And really, I had to like do the assignment next door. Like, literally, it was so weird kasi there was no internet in the Mac lab. Di ba walang internet?
Yeah.
Pero somehow there was internet there. Dun sa room na nagbe-play ka ng TFT. And that's just a really nice play.
It was
Fate,
weird.
ganun.
Like you could have just gone to like the Mac Lab on other.
Yeah,
You went there.
exactly.
Weird. See, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of like the thing that I keep on to. Like I clutch on that idea na all of this it's kind of like a divine intervention, if you
Oh
say so.
yeah, exactly.
Divine
That's the word
intervention.
for it.
Yeah, so bali parang I still keep on that idea. That's why I still don't want to let go on the idea of atheism that it doesn't exist. Like there is no divine. Because like in agnosticism, you both agree on the idea that it doesn't and it does exist, right?
Yeah, you're just I mean agnosticism for me is that you're not really sure if there's something out
Yeah.
there, so you're indifferent to it. Yeah.
So that's kind of like I don't know, parang I still don't want to give up on the idea because there are so many things that I experience that I can't just let go.
Exactly.
It's not something that parang it's easy na it doesn't believe. No, it it exists in some way.
Exactly. Like there are things kasi na in my life din
Mm.
na I can't really explain why that happened. But it did, diba? And
Yeah.
it's just I just think it's the universe doing its work
Yeah.
for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, awesome. But oh yeah, I actually supposed to have talking points. I forgot about them.
It's okay. Napasarap
Oh,
yung
really?
usapan.
Yeah.
Dapat may beer din tayo dito.
Oh, that would be fun. Damn.
But I don't drink beer, so
Uh.
maybe orange juice.
Yeah. But I forgot my talking points. My talking points was supposed to be, since we already discussed like philosophy, like the philosophy of like pantheism, and it was actually supposed to be surrounding pantheism, but it stabbed out.
It's okay. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun that way.
But right now you still currently believe in pantheism.
Yeah.
How do you practice pantheism, or is it just something that you just naturally do?
I mean, there's I think I don't think there's like practice to it, kagaya ng other religions where you pray and pray and pray. What I basically just do is I take care of everything around me as it takes care of me. If that makes sense, like I pray to God, like I talk to God and tell them na I hope you're doing fine, I hope you're doing alright, I hope you're happy, and in their own way, God is also telling me that, like through my friends, na they hope na I'm doing okay and stuff like that. And as God gives stuff to me, I give back stuff to God then. Like I donate a lot, and like whenever I see someone on the street, even though it's like obviously a scam, I will still give kasi they obviously need something, and
Yeah.
when I needed something, God gave it to me. So it's just like para sa relationship, it's like a give and take situation, and
Yeah.
that's what I just do. Like I do my best to provide what I can to everything around me because I love everything around me.
Yeah. I do like the point that you said na parang it's like a relationship. Now I really really solely believe that in every relationship it's not something that it's just a one way street that you love someone. It's always supposed to be two-way street na. It's a give and take situation na it's not only just one person but sometimes it sucks in a way because like that's sometimes what happens, like it's just only one person who's just like doing it, which
exactly.
that is the second part that I like it. A relationship can never work if it's only one person who's doing the effort basically. And I believe that's why I don't naturally believe in the idea of like soulmates and then fate, because I believe that the love of between two people is it takes work, and it takes the both of them.
Choice.
Yeah, it takes both of them to do it. It's not something that parang that's where it kind of like contradicts to what I said na parang divine intervention na parang one comes to fate. No, kasi like that's what being soulmates, diba? Kasi like the universe yun lang. Okay, so that's about it to what we're talking about.
Yay!
Yeah, so let's finish the podcast. Yay!
Yay, thank
So
you.
thank you again for
Thank you then so much
the
for
lovely
having me.
Kai Fajardo for being my first guest for my first podcast.
Yes! Oh my god, are you
Yeah.
going to continue having podcasts? in
That
the
would be
future?
fun.
Oh, yes, please.
Very, that would be fun. Very, yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye. Giving out a very, like,